Today I'll be changing my thermostat. I recently bought a radiator cap with a thermostat built in, and now my actual thermostat doesn't want to open, so I'll be changing it. The thermostat is right in front of the distributor, so I have to get down and dirty, get a better view. So first you need your tools. I'm using a 13mm socket wrench to unloosen the bolts. First gotta unloosen the hose first, and then the hose clamp, and then for the bypasses for the water pump, that all has to come out. So once I get all that all taken out, as you can see, this is with the hose removed right here. That's the old hose, a silicone hose that's seen better days. I thought there would be like fluid coming out. This is my new thermostat. Got it from Jegs. Only about 18 bucks, including the handling fee that they charge by Mr. Gasket, and it's for my 95 Ford Mustang GT 5.0. And of course you gotta have a gasket or else it'll leak. Common sense. Get this at AutoZone, as well as for more added protection, get the water pump and thermostat housing silicone. All relatively cheap. Only paid about $5. If you use your AutoZone rewards card, you can get up to 20 bucks free with 5 purchases of 20 bucks or more. So yep, definitely taking advantage of that. So now I will disconnect 2 bolts, one right there and one towards the bottom, and then disconnect a couple more hoses for the water pump. And then right here I got the bolts a little bit loose, as you can see. Only a little bit of coolant came out, but there was nothing really in there going in. Make sure you don't hit any wires, and of course always disconnect your battery when you work on your car. Make sure you have the bolts just for safekeeping in a safe place. If it's a bolt going in on the left side, maybe keep it on the left side of your car, and you got the other bolt down here, keep it on the right side of your car, because they're 2 different size bolts, and you don't want to get them switched up or confused, or it may not tighten properly. So I will get the rest of this off. And right here is the thermostat pulled from its housing. I guess it looks like I installed it incorrectly. It'll say facing the radiator, and I had it like this the whole time, so I guess it's like this, how it's supposed to be, and then just stick it back in there. But it's been working no problem for the past 3 years. That was the last time I had it replaced. It did pour out some radiator fluid. Make sure you have a bottle of antifreeze so you can refill it back up, so no more worries. But I'm gonna go ahead and replace it with the brand new one. You can see the difference between the old and the new. Definitely looks a lot better than that. Here's my cool little radiator cap, Ford blue. Alright, once you take out the old thermostat, make sure you clean out the old gasket. Just scrape it off with a razor blade or a putty knife or something. And then it's a pretty big hassle if you can't get the one hose off, which I couldn't get off down here. So I just had to do what I had to. Once you scrape off like the remaining gasket, just pour some water to get rid of like all that old junk and crap. Wait for it to dry up a little bit, and then put the new thermostat on. I cleaned and prepped it all up. Have a gasket sealer on there, the official gasket right there, and then I'm gonna plop in the thermostat the correct way. If you look, it'll say towards radiator, So now the radiator is going this way, so I'm gonna plop it in. I'm gonna need 2 hands to put this in. The installation is pretty much finished. You can see parts of the blue gasket. The hoses all are on pretty tight. Can't get it loose. So what you do now is just fill the radiator up with some antifreeze. I use Prestone. I use the stuff that they use for GM, even though it's a Ford. I was recommended to use it and hasn't steered me wrong, and this actually smells better than the green fluid. The green antifreeze, it smells horrible, so when you have a leak or blown gasket or whatever, you can smell it, no problem. But this one, the smell is like a little bit different. Not saying it's good, but you know, let's fill it up. And you will use more antifreeze after you run it for a while, and then when you get a cold start. I haven't started it up today, so it's gonna be pretty empty. Okay, just about full. The installation is now complete. Radiator filled all the way up to the top. Enough fluid in there. Got the thermostat in. Now we'll start it up. Now I'm inside the car with the heater on full blast. It's gonna take a few minutes to warm up because this is the first time I started the car up today. Go ahead and pop the hood again.